Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to end 2024 on a very positive note in terms of wrapping up the year reading books that I have a really good feeling about. And I'm off work in a couple of days for some Christmas traveling and family plans, and there's one day that I'm off on Thursday. It is currently Monday, December 9th, and I'm off Thursday, December 12th, and I have no plans for essentially the entire day. I will be hosting some live sprints on my channel, which I'm very excited about, but I thought I would take advantage of that day to do another 12-hour reading slash productivity vlog where I spend 12 hours of that day focusing on reading and seeing how much I can read and be productive and just seeing what all I can get done. So I'm starting this vlog a little bit early and kind of sharing a couple of my big plans for that day, because I do have some very big plans for that day. And I guess on top of that 12-hour reading vlog, I'm also theming it to romance books. So I have 3 highly anticipated romance books sitting right here in front of me that I'm hoping to get to on this day when I officially start my 12-hour readathon, my 12-hour reading challenge, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to talk about them in just a second. But first, I do also want to say that I do plan to film 3 videos that day for Bookmas, so I do have that also on my list. But aside from that, I will be reading ideally 3 books. If not 3 books, then at least a little bit of all 3 of these, or read 2 of them and start the 3rd one. We'll see what ends up happening, but I have 0 plans that day and I just want to read. I love to take advantage of my days off work, and will be doing so with this vlog. But I'll go ahead and share my reading plans. This first book right here is my top priority, and that is Dreams of 18 by Saffron A. Kent. This is on my 10 before the end list, and my bestie Stasia read it last year, annotated it, and sent it to me for Christmas or my birthday, and I still have not read it. So this is my top priority. I really want to get to this one. I did read the first book in this series 2 years ago, I think, and really enjoyed it. I have read another book by this author and loved it, gave it 5 stars, so I have very high hopes for this one. It's been sitting unread on my shelves for a very long time, and I need to read it. It's also on my 10 before the end, so really want to prioritize this romance book during my 12-hour readathon. Another book that I have on my 10 before the end that will be my second priority for this day is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. This is my friend Aylin's one of her favorite books from this year, I believe, and she says that I have to read it. She also said that the audiobook is very well done and is highly recommended to pair with physical copy of the book. So I did get the audiobook from Audible, and we'll hopefully be diving into this one either alongside Dreams of 18 or after I finish Dreams of 18, depending on how long it takes me to kind of get into and things like that. But because I have the audiobook for Ready or Not, I might just go ahead and swap back and forth between these two, because reading in different formats is very helpful for me, and also might help with my attention span that may or may not potentially eventually struggle that day, so we'll see. But if I get through both of those 2 books during my 12-hour readathon, I will also be reading The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. I'm obsessed with this cover, absolutely obsessed. I'm also 2 books away from accomplishing the 2024 Book of the Month app challenge, where you get the hat, and I really want the hat. So I really would like to get to this one by the end of the year. I have this book and then one more on my TBR before the end of the year. This is not technically on my 10 before the end, but by reading this one, it's not super long. It will get me to that challenge and finish it. So that's my plan. I'm theming this to romance books. I am in the mood for romance right now. Still love my thrillers, but I feel like I kind of go back and forth between thrillers and romance, and I'm definitely leaning toward romance at the moment. So these are my plans for this 12-hour readathon day. Very excited about it. I don't tend to have a lot of time to do these 12-hour productivity slash reading challenges anymore, so the fact that I'm off on Thursday means that I'll definitely have time to do so. We are supposed to be traveling either that evening or the following day, so might be ending this vlog traveling, but I don't think so. I think I'll have most of the 12 hours completely free, nobody to bother me, and it's going to be a blast. So that's the goal. I'll hop back in here with my first update on Thursday once I start reading, I guess. Once my live sprints start, probably, with my first updates, and we can chat more about the books I've decided to pick up officially between Dreams of 18 and Ready or Not. I'll give y'all their synopses because I have no idea what any of these books are about, and I'll give y'all my current thoughts. But wanted to film this intro a couple of days early, that way I'm just ready to go on Thursday morning when I wake up and I can start reading and diving into these books. That's the plan, reading these 2 or 3 books that I have in front of me, plus filming a couple of videos. So I'll hop back in here with my very first progress report, and we will chat more in a couple of days.
It's time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah. You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around me. You could be with anyone. Could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around me. You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around me.
Good morning, y'all. It is officially Thursday and my 12 hours of reading / productivity have started. So I wanted to hop in here with my first update. It is 8:22 currently, so I am almost 2 hours into my reading already, which is crazy. First 2 hours of the day have flown by and that kind of makes me nervous. But I have been listening to Ready or Not by Cara Stone as I got ready for the day and woke up and made some breakfast and have been prepping for my first video that I'm gonna sit down and film in just a minute. And so far it is very, very enjoyable. I am on chapter 10. I am reading it on my Kindle / listening to the audiobook / I also have the physical book. So there's that, but I'm on chapter 10, which is page 130. So I'm already about a third of the way into the book. This book has 380 80-ish pages in it, which is kind of long for a romance, I feel like, but it's flying very quickly. I am listening to the audiobook on 2x speed officially, so we are making very good progress in this one. This is a surprise pregnancy romance with Eve, who found out that she was pregnant after a one-night stand a couple of weeks before, and when she goes to tell the man who got her pregnant, he is very nervous about it, but he's in a relationship with somebody else now, and so they're trying to work things out and like kind of do it together without being in a relationship. Eve's best friend's brother, Shep, who also lives in New York City with them, has become very involved. They are very good friends, and I think she's gonna start falling for Shep while trying to co-parent with Ethan. So it's very, very good so far. I don't normally read books with the pregnancy trope in it. I don't tend to love that trope, but this is Aylin's favorite book, and I told her I would try to read it before the end of the year, so here we are, we're reading it. I do really enjoy it though. The audiobook is super, super good, and I'm very glad that I listened to her recommendation on that, because she's the one who told me to get the audiobook if I was able to. So really enjoying it so far. Cannot wait to see where it goes. I love Shep so much. I think he's such a golden retriever, great guy, and I'm excited to see his relationship progress with Eve. I just hope that the baby daddy situation that they're kind of calling it in the book occasionally is not going to end up being a dirtbag. I don't think he will be, just because he's a very kind man right now. He's just kind of freaking out and in a relationship with somebody else who's not happy with him for this thing that has officially occurred between Eve and Ethan, and I don't know. Could he man up a little bit? Sure, but he does seem like a sweet guy, and I'm excited to kind of get to know him a little bit better too and see how their dynamics all end up fleshing out. So far, so good. I have not started Dreams of 18 yet, but I'm hoping that after I film my 2 videos this morning, I'll be able to head over to the boyfriend's place to hang out for the day and do sprints, and then I'll be able to read both of these books back and forth at the same time. So that's the plan, because my main goal, I guess, for today is to finish both of these books. I think that'd be awesome if I could do that, so we'll see. We will see. But I'll hop back in here in a couple of hours, probably around lunchtime, with my next update. I'm going to be filming my first sit-down video for the day in just a minute, which is a tier ranking video that I'm very excited about. Not sure if it will be out before or after this vlog, but that's the plan, and hopefully it'll be kind of fun. But I'll hop back in here in a couple hours, my next update, and hopefully I'll have more reading progress for y'all. It is 12:51 and I'm here with my next update. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot to add. This morning has ended up being just like a little bit crazier than I anticipated. However, I am over halfway through Ready or Not by Cara Stone and have read 222 pages today, which is pretty exciting. And I have filmed 3 sit-down videos, which has taken up over an hour of my time getting those filmed and prepping them and all that jazz. So I have been productive this morning. Filming those 3 videos has gotten me almost all of the content that I need for Bookmas this year, which is very exciting. I am ahead of the game, thankfully, still, and I plan to keep it that way. So having today off meant that I was able to have time to do that, and obviously wanted to take advantage of that, as well as doing some extra reading today. So those 3 videos are filmed. I'm not gonna worry about doing any editing until after this vlog is over, because live sprints are about to start in 8 minutes, and I want to spend the rest of the afternoon reading. I plan to finish this one up pretty quickly, and while I'm finishing this one up, I will be starting Dreams of 18, because I need to finally read this book that Stasia annotated for me, and I need to do it. So that's the plan. But when live sprints start, I think I'm probably just going to go back and forth between these 2 books for the afternoon while sprints are going on. I'll probably update y'all once more before the end of my 12 hours is up. I can't believe I've already been going at this technically for 6 hours, and I wish I had read a little bit more up to this point, but I haven't, and that's okay still. I've still read 200 pages, so that's pretty impressive, honestly. I'm still so enjoying Ready or Not. I do have the audiobook going, so I've been able to listen to it while I got ready and prep my videos and things like that, which has been very, very helpful. Such a quick and easy and fun read. I'm a little bit nervous about the direction things are going with Ethan. and his involvement in the baby, because he's kind of ghosted her recently, and we're already in the 3rd trimester officially, and I'm not quite sure what the situation is going to be with that, and if she's going to end up with her best friend's brother, whose name is Shep, whom I love so dearly. I just need it to happen. They're on the brink of it. I can feel it, but nothing has happened yet. Nothing super crazy has happened yet. He did get to feel her baby kick for the first time, which was such a sweet moment, and it just made me so happy, and I cannot wait to watch them officially be together, hopefully. But hopefully the things with Ethan also all work out nicely, because I think they're both trying to be mature about it and be mature about the situation in general. I'm just not sure what's going to end up happening. I am really loving it so far and should easily be able to finish it up. I think I have 2 hours and 20 minutes left of the audiobooks, so it shouldn't take me too long to finish it up. I feel like, especially in books of this nature, it's easy for me to speed up the book a little bit the farther I get into it. So I may be able to speed up the book a little bit more than I already am listening to it at 2 times speed, while still being able to enjoy the book. I only feel like I can speed up my audiobooks when I'm really into the book and I'm catching everything that's going on. So I feel like that's the case with this one so far. So I might try to speed it up like by 1/10 and just see what happens and see if I can still focus on what's being told and what's going on in the book. But we'll see. I need to get ready for live sprints now. I've got to start in 5 minutes, but I'll hop back in here one more time, and hopefully in my next update I will have finished Ready or Not, and we'll have made some good progress in Dreams of 18. I do feel like Saffron A. Kent is a quick read just based off what I've read from her in the past, so we will see. But it's time to jump in to some reading sprints, so fingers crossed I can be very productive.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the door how close it starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
I don't think I've done a vlog update in front of a Christmas tree before, so this is exciting. But it is 4:30 and I'm here with my, I guess, last vlog update before I wrap things up this evening or tomorrow morning, whenever I have a second to film my wrap up. But I still have not yet finished a book. However, I am less than 100 pages away from finishing Ready or Not. I have less than an hour left of the audiobook and do plan to finish this one up tonight. I have also started reading Dreams of 18 and I am 64 pages into it. I definitely will not be finishing this book tonight, but hopefully tomorrow morning I can before we leave for our trip to Georgia. I'll give y'all a quick synopsis about this one because I haven't done that yet. This is about our main character, whose name is Violet, and she this book is kind of taboo, I guess you could say. I haven't read a book like this in a while, but she is kind of infatuated with her best friend's dad, and something happens and their lives are both changed forever, and it's been almost a year now, and she's determined to find him and apologize for what she did that ruined his life and also her life. So you have an age gap romance going on with 18 years between the two main characters, which is kind of crazy, and he is her ex-best friend's dad. So kind of a little bit of a taboo trope situation going on, but so far I have to say I am very much enjoying it. I'm only 3 chapters of the way through it, but so far definitely curious about these 2 characters and what's going to happen between them. I have read 2 books from Saffron A. Kent in the past and kind of assumed that this book would be in a similar vein to those other 2, and so far I am like, those expectations are being followed through on, so I'm having a fun time with it. Definitely on the more taboo side compared to what I normally read nowadays, but I don't hate it, and we'll see what ends up happening. So I don't think I'll end up finishing this book tonight. I think my big goal officially is just going to be to finish the audiobook for Ready or Not, which would put me at almost 400 pages read today with just this book alone, and with this book as well I'll probably be at almost 500 pages by the time my 12 hours is up tonight, because I only have about 2 hours and 10 minutes left of official reading time at this point. So far in terms of reading, I haven't read as much in this, I guess, a round of the 12-hour readathon that I have in past times that I've done this type of video, which I did one a couple months ago and read I think like 800 or 900 pages, which was awesome. However, I did spend over an hour today filming 3 sit-down videos for my channel, which is awesome. I also had to run a couple of errands, and traffic was insane for a Thursday at 10:30, so that was a little bit frustrating. Kind of took some time away from reading, but I was very productive. I am very much feeling the urge to get some editing done, so if I finish Ready or Not and don't quite feel like continuing to read Dreams of 18 until the end of my time tonight, I might edit instead and still be productive, but we'll see how I feel in about an hour once I finish up Ready or Not. I am kind of bummed that I won't get to The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year today, but that will be one of my upcoming reads, I guess, after I finish my book for my final reading vlog for December. So I do plan to read that one relatively soon still. I was hoping to be a little bit further along in these books by this point so I could at least start that one, but we're still getting reading done. I've still read over 400 pages, or about 400 pages today, and that's pretty exciting. So we'll see what happens in the next 2-ish hours, and I'll probably hop back in here tomorrow morning with my final wrap up for this readathon. But can't complain. I am having a fun time with both of these books, and I have felt very productive in terms of filming videos, which is sometimes the hardest thing for me to do. I love editing them, but filming them is not always my favorite. So I do feel very good about that and what I was able to accomplish, and we'll see what happens tonight. But I'll hop back in here soon with my final update, and we will chat and wrap up this video. Good morning, y'all. I'm here to wrap up yesterday's 12-hour reading / productivity challenge. I did end up finishing Ready or Not. I actually returned it to my library this morning, however, so I don't have a copy of it anymore, but I did end up finishing Ready or Not, and I gave it 5 stars. This book was the cutest book that I think I've read in the last couple of weeks. It had me smiling. It was funny. It was so heartwarming and sweet and sad at times, and I just loved it. I'm not normally a fan of the surprise or unexpected pregnancy trope, but it really worked in this one, and I loved seeing how Eve's little community was able to come together and support her in their own ways. I love seeing how Ethan and Eve were able to navigate their relationship as he was the father of the child, while she was in an actual relationship by the end of the book with Shep, who was her best friend's brother, and they grew up together. And I just love seeing all those dynamics come together and work as a team for the benefit of the baby. So I thought that this book was so cute, and I would definitely read more from this author. 5-star read for me. I don't give books 5 stars a ton for some reason, but this one is definitely a 5-star read. I also read 72 pages of Dreams of 18 before my time was up yesterday, so I'm not super far into this one still, but I am a good chunk of the way into it, and I've read a couple of pages this morning as well and plan to keep reading it today. This book is very taboo so far. Of course, we have made it to the time where she is trying to come find him to apologize for essentially ruining his life, and he wants absolutely nothing to do with her, but also he was kind of watching her when they lived next door to each other. So he's like trying to navigate his feelings of like hatred, but also like she's back and what does this mean for me. So excited to see where this one goes. Definitely on the more taboo side compared to what I normally read nowadays. I am really enjoying it, and I am loving Stasia's tabs and annotations throughout this one. So hopefully I can binge this one this weekend. It will be kind of a busy weekend with traveling and Christmas plans, but hopefully I can get a good chunk done of this book, or just finish it if possible. But that brings my total pages read yesterday during my 12 hours to 445 pages. Not as much as I have read in past challenges like this, but I also spent over an hour filming videos yesterday, and I was able to edit a little bit as well. Plus I had to run out and traffic was a little bit worse than I had anticipated, so that took some time away from actually reading. But I still feel like yesterday was a very productive day off work. I was able to read and host live sprints and film videos and edit a little bit, and it was a very fun time in my opinion. I do try to take advantage of days off work as much as possible, and I feel like yesterday was great, was very fun, and I'm glad that I was able to do it. But that is all that I have for today's reading vlog. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.